Detecting Talk of the Day, May the 7th, Sunday, 2023, about 5 p.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. You see that sterling ring down in there? Now that thing reads 85 on that Deus too. So we're going to put that E-track over that eventually, okay? At the end of this video without the maskers to see what it actually reads on that machine, okay? And I'll show it last. And you see that fall sitting up there, okay? Let me turn this camera off briefly. Okay, so yeah, that sterling ring down there reads 85 solo on that Deus too, okay? And you know, there's been some people have some good luck running that fast program in general on that machine. Okay, but there are mass targets in the wild, okay? So when you go into, say, a public site, or maybe it's a site you've even hunted before, maybe you were using some other equipment, okay? Well, certain people, you know, I mean, some machines are limited, okay, as to what kind of information they can give on that sterling ring right there. So wonder if you went into a site, and let's say you want to run the general program or the fast program or the sensitive program. Let's say you went in there and you ran a 74 notch. And what your intent was is every time you get a signal coming over that notch, you're going to check it. Yeah, 74 is 75, 77 is usually not a high conductor solo, right? But it could be a mass target. Okay, so I've got this Deus 2 set up here, all right, and I've got the 74 notch dialed in the fast program. We'll look at it first. Now don't worry about the tone, we're just watching the ID. You hear it coming over that notch, you see that ID in that window. So if you've seen that in a while, now we can turn on this target, by the way. You see that? So you're seeing that 70, you know your notch is set to 74, so anything comes over, you figure reads higher than that. You just don't know how high due to masking. That could be a sterling silver ring down there that reads 85 on this machine. But you don't know that. So I'm going to just toggle over. Now you can set your programs up on this machine. Now this is deep high conductor, okay? You see what's in that meter? So I see an ID jump. I'm going to come over here, okay? You get to see that meter. 85. So you're plodding along in fast program or whatever, and something comes over your notch set, and you're like, well, let's just check that right quick. Okay? Now, let me show you something here before I leave, and I'm bringing this up for a reason, okay? Now, I'm going to go over here into Deus model. Now, remember, that ring there, that's shallow. You know, you'll be talking about a 4-inch deep sterling silver ring, okay? So I'm going to take this Deus 2, and I'm at 13 kilohertz, all right? See what I've got for an ID? And I've got to see it. So you take a 13 kilohertz machine, okay? And I've got the notch set in it, I believe. I've got it even notched to 74. Let me double check. Yeah, I've got it notched to 74. I'll take some of the notch out of it. 62 notch at 13 kilohertz. You see that meter? Look at that. So that's not a high conductive ID, okay? So you think about it. The machines out there that are running 13 kilohertz, okay? We're going to shift this frequency a little more. Now here's 15.15 kilohertz. You see that ID in the window? So you could have a fellow detectorist, you know, that's been out there hunting a site, and they come over that, you know, and they're like, well, that ain't no coin, and they walk on it. Okay? And believe it or not, they might walk on it with that machine right there. We're going to turn this Deus 2 off, okay? We'll turn this E-track on. Now what I've done is I went in here and I've got 29 plus accepted for the conductive number, and I've got high trash density dialed to high. All right. What happens here? You see the ID in that window? 32, 34, 31. Okay. I mean, you might dig that for an Indian head penny with this machine. That might be the only reason you dig that sterling silver ring. Now we'll come over here and sweep this, okay? So get about a 31 with a weak signal. Remember now, I've got that notch in this detector, okay? I can take the notch out of it. It's going to read about 30, 31, 32. Sometimes a 35. Okay. Now remember, I'm going back and forth over this target. What if you're in the wild and you come over it like that? You look down, you see 34 in the window. One sweep. Now remember, on this detector here, I don't have any way to check that target. I've got about the only thing I can do with this machine right here, other than maybe change the recovery speed to slow, from fast to slow, trash density high to trash density low. That's all I can do with it. And just sweep it. I can wiggle the coil over. But I don't ever see any high conductive ID coming in the window. I see a 33, sometimes a 35 in the window. So I can't check that target with this machine to tell me when I hit that deep high conductor and I see that ID on that machine jump 7 points. Well, that's telling me there's probably a high chance of masking, okay? Now I picked the number 74, and that's probably, truthfully, that's probably a pretty good number. Now what I will do here is I'll take this foil out of this equation. Now we just got the old sterling silver ring in there. Let's see what it reads solo with this machine. See what it's reading? 38, which is about what a zinc penny reads. Okay. Now we can do this with we could do this same experiment with a clad dime. We could do it with a silver dime. We could even do it with a silver quarter. Now it would take more to mask the quarter, obviously. Okay. But you have no way to check a target on this machine to tell if there's any masking. So some people that were using these machines, now if you're digging every signal in a site, you know, this is sort of meaningless. But, you know, there's a lot of people don't dig every. That's one reason why people love these machines right here. But they have their weakness, see? Yeah, these machines were good at IDing silver coins. Actually, coins in general, you know. Clad dimes and quarters too. It IDs them good. Except you don't have a way to check a mask one to see if the ID in this machine is telling you the truth or not. To show it maybe that it's in error. Unlike that machine. Okay? I just thought I would show this, and some of you Deus 2 runners out there, you know. You might try this and you might be surprised. Oh, sharpshooter does this. And do I make some finds doing such? Yes. Sure do. And you know, you might not be able to run deep high conductor on that machine in a sight. But maybe you could use it to check a target. Maybe there's some EMI that's not letting you run. That's a possibility, okay? And you can run the fast, the general, whatever, even the park program. You would see a difference, not just as much on the park program. Anyway, that'll conclude the video. I hope you enjoyed.